Hello and welcome to the Hub on CGTN and Wang Guan in Beijing. As the weather heats up, farmers across China are now busy with the harvests. Now in today's program, let's turn our focus into agriculture in China. How has it developed and what is the current state of its modernization? What are some of the most important and new trends in this sector? Let's start with our conversation with Dr. Zhao Bing, Representative and Country Director of the World Food Program China Office. Here are his insights. What has been the hallmarks of Chinese technological gains in terms of advancing its agricultural sectors?
The Chinese government at every level pays great attention to food security itself, which means to make sure that every Chinese gets the food they need to sustain a healthy, positive life. And to feed 1.4 billion people is no easy endeavor. That's why Chinese government and agriculture workers, farmers, they're doing everything they can to increase the productivity. And technology has made a most important part, especially in recent years. The contribution of technological advancement to agricultural productivity has long surpassed 50% over the recent years.
What about the rest of the productivity gains other than technology? Of course, technology being this, having better seeds, you get 4 times as much yield on the same amount of land as previously. We interviewed the Longping technology, for example, in Brazil. They're bringing this Chinese seed to the Brazilian farmers, so on and so forth. But what are the other factors in China that are contributing to productivity gains?
China has insisted on a market-based approach to develop its agriculture and food security. This has given incentives to the farmers to produce more, to also raise their own income, but in the meantime, to supply the consumers in the cities to access enough food. Since that China is now entering into a middle-income country, Chinese people's diet has improved with time over the last few decades. Awareness of nutrition and also the society being mobilized to create a food system that is not only sufficient, it is not only providing sufficient food, but also to keep nutrition, health in mind. Secondly, of course, we talked about technological advancement, but look at the level of mechanization among the farmers, which is also another aspect of technological advancement. This will continue to contribute greatly to the ever-increasing productivity challenge. Another dimension associated with this, farmers are increasingly also supported to be integrated with the national economy. That is to link the rural areas better with the city markets. Pulling back also on the productivity issue, I think the Chinese government's effort to guarantee that enough farmland, quality farmland, is maintained or even increased by investing in improvement, rehabilitation of land. So that is a strong factor contributing to providing a solid production base when it comes to food production.
China has things to work on, but obviously China has done things right in many respects. So going forward, what do you think can be the China experience that the developing world, the global south, can perhaps be informed on and be looking at?
China in this regard has made great achievements, and it has accumulated a wealth of experiences, policies over the last few decades have provided the very important incentives to the farmers to engage in agriculture, to produce more. A lot of those technological advancement has been successfully been experimented, scaled up in this country, from which the farmers have benefited. Many of these experiences, in terms of policy and governance, they can be studied thoroughly with international perspectives so that they can be hopefully be replicated, adapted to local conditions, which can be powerful drivers to help the other countries. Those technology advancement, including the better seeds. For example, you have given the example of hybrid rice, which has been proved to be effective in helping farmers to produce more in many developing countries. That's contributing to their food security and the security of the greater consumers. And thirdly, innovation. The recent innovations, including in, for example, big data, can also go a long way to support the other countries in scaling up their solutions to address the challenges of food security, but also to transform food systems as we speak more frequently now.
Now, China has accumulated a wealth of experience in the food and agriculture sector and is willing to share it with the rest of the world. But how? Education could be one of the solutions. Throughout an initiative called Science and Technology Backyards, China Agricultural University has been setting its agricultural classrooms in the field for many, many years, encouraging students to learn through practice. And now one of these backyards, located in Handan City in northern China, is particularly special as it hosts several students in African countries. Let's take a look.
My name is David. I come from Zambia.
我叫 Prince， 我是加拿大人。
我叫夏晓彤，目前就读于中国农业大学资源利用与植物保护专业。
我叫佘宗岗，本科是城乡规划，然后目前是资源利用与植物保护。
At the Chen Science and Technology Backyard in Hebei's Chuzhou County, students from China and Africa come together to live and farm with local villagers, sowing the seeds of smarter agriculture and cross-cultural collaboration.
My research area is in nutrient management. Specifically, I'm focusing on nitrogen. Over the years, we know that nitrogen has the capability of increasing yield, but also it has very bad adverse effects, such as polluting the environment, causing eutrophication or acidification. So my study area basically is in how well we manage nitrogen among the smallholder farmers in China.
My research area is to focus on fertilizer design as well as fertilizer formation. I would look at what currently the farmers are doing. Even though there's research and literature on that, it's not enough. So I'd rather go onto the field, get some information from the farmers, take some survey, and then we'll see what is being done. Then we'll also look at what I can do, which is what I've learned here. We'll apply it in the farmer field, or we'll apply it together with the farmers and see what results that will bring.
What motivated me to come here is first the Science and Technology Backyard program, and also the fact that the smallholder farmers in China have got similar characteristics with those in Zambia. Despite increasing yield by use of excessive nitrogen and phosphorus fertilizer, this has also led to environmental degradation. We are designing specific fertilizer for a specific crop, for a specific yield of a crop, and for a specific soil. With this approach, we are very precise in how we use the fertilizers to produce a high yield.
咱们的学生他们懂得技术，特别懂得农业需要什么肥料。你看我们曲流线的肥料是在盐碱地上就缺磷，你要磷要增加。我们的学生最了解，他知道用什么方法，知道这个地方缺什么东西，他给肥料创新工作、创新性的工作能够带来很好的收益。
目前我们所掌握的专业知识，相对于农民来说，肯定是更为专业和合理的。可能目前农户他们所拥有的一些现状的知识，只是依赖于他们以往的经验，却不一定是正确的。通过来到科技小院，我们可以入驻到农村，驻扎农村，面对面的直接交流农民，可以切实的走到田间地头，进入生产一线， 发现他们的切实需求，从而解决一些农民所面临的难题。
You might be aware that the scientists have developed a lot of technologies that can improve nitrogen use efficiency. But these technologies have not been adopted by the smallholder farmers. So what the Science and Technology Backyard program does is that through the students and the researchers being in the farmers' fields, it bridges the gap between the scientists and the farmers.
你必须使用农业生产中第一线，和农民吃在一起、住在一起，和农民打成一片。是我在农民地里做实验的时候，我要和农民去交往。做实验的过程中呢，整个是要和农业生产就社会服务，和你的科学问题要结合起来。咱们虽然是世界上最大的粮食生产国，但是呢，咱们人口最多，咱们消耗的粮食最多，生产粮食怎么生产，就是技术上要创新。另外就说能节省多少水呢？能节省水100以上，老百姓灌一次水是100方90方以上，我们灌一次水30方就节水1半以上，所以这个节水量非常大。未来中国农业肯定走向现代农业，这是必然的。但是谁来做这个事儿？没有新农人，不可能改变这样一个事实。咱们这样的一个未来的一个走势是改变不了的。现在剧烈天气，就异常天气现象、气象现象频繁发生，这些东西都逼着我们的人类要做快速的反应。快速反应没有新农人，你是快速反应不过来的。就从现在开始，我们要培养新农人。我觉得这是对农业的发展是这个力量发展是非常巨大的。
And now, more and more young students are dedicating themselves as new farmers to agriculture in China, driving rural revitalization with their own wisdom.
我认为自己现在是一名新农人，中国农业未来的发展一定是一个越来越好的趋势。我们作为这个农学方面相关的学生，也是会希望之后未来能够更加扎实自己的专业知识，提高专业的技能，把这些所学到的知识真正的带到农民当中去，应用到现实的农业生产当中。
作为一个科学小院的一个学生的话，我觉得就是我们那个学生应该更加注重的一个在乡村一个服务的过程，能够把自己的知识和他们农民的一些知识经验，然后结合起来，增产增效达到一定的程度，通过我们一些能力，然后将他们那个经济然后带动起来。目前主要在小院做一些乡村振兴的规划，通过将这个村里边那个村史馆、书院等等一系列的景点，然后串起来，然后形成一条科技街、科技长廊，以数字化模拟，把整个村庄的一个景点，还有他们那个南边一个葡萄地进行一个 AI 模拟，将整个村庄数字化，然后可视化，能够让在其他的地方的人能够通过网络，然后直接能够看到这个村里边的一个村容村貌，形成一个互动，然后形成一个整个村的一个文旅产业。
And through the Science and Technology Backyard, the agriculture story of China is not only being rewritten, but is also spreading and extending cooperation around the globe.
Agriculture in Zambia has a lot to learn from China. We can take it step by step. Some of the most important technologies that Zambia has to adopt, or Africa, is the use of irrigation. Improving the adoption of soil testing and formulated fertilizer and irrigation will be a game changer for Zambia and also for Africa.
China is an economic giant, and they are leading in all regards, in terms of food, in terms of the economy, in terms of production and all the other things. And in my local parlance, they say, follow who know road. If you are going somewhere, it is better to follow somebody who knows the road, who knows where you are going. You don't just follow blindly, you follow a person who knows there. So if you want to learn, I mean, there's no proper place than to learn from the best. And that's the more reason why I came to China.
The partnership between China and Zambia has been great since the founding president. We hope that this type of partnership can also attract stakeholders from China, private companies, fertilizer companies, seed companies, irrigation companies, to come into Zambia and make win-win cooperations between the other private companies in Zambia and also the government.
I would want to see a country, which is Ghana, that is food sufficient. That food isn't a problem. Whatever I learn here, I'm able to contribute back into my home country. I'm also going to take the seriousness of the Chinese agric and also take it back to my home country. We are going to sit together with the supervisors and our coordinators, and we are going to comparatively look at what we have done, what we did in China, what we did in Africa, in my country, and then we'll see how best we can improve upon what we have done.
And of course, in today's China, young people are playing a vital role in agriculture. With the development of China's rural regions, more and more young people are returning to villages and working in the fields. Among them, 10 young farmers stand out as they have an inspiring story to tell. They have become a hit on Chinese internet and social media. Our team recently visited some of them and their crop fields in Hangzhou, China, to talk to this passionate group. Here's what we discovered.
It's called the vertical agriculture model. I designed this as a 4-layer. First, at the bottom is the yellow chives. It should be stay in the shade, so we cover them with a black cloth. The mushroom is in the middle, the sprouts on the top. When we water the sprouts, the water will also drop down to the mushrooms. So it saves the water at the same time.
It's very effective.
Yeah, I'm also trying to set up 4th layer called the green bean, and it will wind up.
Meet Zhao Xiaotong, a young farmer and entrepreneur working in Hangzhou's rural area with 9 other like-minded young people. Together, they have been cultivating a 30-hectare allotment, and they are now helping nearby smallholders increase both productivity and sales.
My main goal is to increase the output value of the field without increasing the area. All the crops I grown, like the yellow chives, mushrooms, sprouts, and also green beans, the growth conditions is similar. Growth circle is short, so we can harvest and earn quickly.
2 years ago, as a new graduate from the Central Academy of Drama, Zhao Xiaotong was new to agriculture, much like many young people living in the city. The same was true for his 9 partners, who come from diverse backgrounds. A reality show, Become a Farmer, brought them together, also witnesses these newcomers grown to be dab hands at working in the fields.
大家对很多年轻人是有误解的，每一个阶段的人都觉得下一代的人不如自己。那我们在跟好多年轻人在接触的时候，发现其实很多年轻人并不像大家想象中的对未来都毫无追求。那我们想说，在做一个大家替年轻人能够发声、能够去讲话的这样一个节目，让年轻人他们的闪光点能够被别人能够看得到的事情。那这个事情呢，并不是在聚光灯之下，在舞台之上这样的一个展现。
Our show is like a labor documentary and also like an interactive program that shows the entire labor process to the audience. Our programs has long videos and also the short videos that was filmed by ourselves. Even we have the live stream. Sometimes it's like 5 times a week, from the structure to the details. Our audience can know the challenges of the farmers, familiarize themselves with various farm machinery, and the most important is to know that we should cherish the food. It's definitely a fresh and new experience to all of us.
那为什么会选择土地呢？因为土地它是一个能够有结果的事情。在土地去耕作，它本身呢，就是你付出多少，土地一定会给你这样的一个回馈和回报的。我们就想说，通过一档节目，能够让一些踏踏实实干活的年轻人，能够看到自己付出能够得到一定的收获，能够做一件自己能够真正掌控的一个事儿。对于他们这10个人的选择，我们坚信我们当时做那个决定是对的。
This is the glass greenhouse in use now, and we got roses here, and also the pipers inside. Yeah, that's the endive that I planted, and also there is the kale. This is the hydroponic cultivation setup. We used to plant the lettuce here, and now we plant thyme. All the nutrients that the plants need are in this liquid. You can see that they really grow evenly. This side is the strawberries, and we planted in raised beds, and it's about 30,000 seeds here. It's available for harvesting now. Last season we harvested the wheat, roses, the shrimps, fish. This season, variety of these crops are increasing, about 20. Also, we just make them into the food products to the market, maybe to the internet, various way to sell them. We have to make our own products different from others. And that's the reason I believe that the customers want to buy us.
What were the most significant challenges you've encountered along the way?
Difficulties and challenges are always here, whether it's working in a tough weather or packing the items or lifting tons of stuffs. We always face them head on and just figure them out actively. And we also bring these issues during the meeting, that we can learn from them, also improve them. Every day we gain new ideas and grow.
Hard work has paid off. They not only reap crops, but have also garnered fame and attention. Tens of millions of viewers follow their live streams. Their products sell out in seconds, and discussions about them frequently trend on social media.
节目播到现在吧，的确是有一定的声量和一定的热度，有那么多人来喜欢这些10个人，然后给他赋予了很多关于治愈、关于热血、关于激情、关于就是梦想啊等等的。我觉得可能有一点是别人提及很少的，因为这个节目它具备一定的故事感，它能够在这里边看到一个整个的一个过程，一个成长和变化。 他们之间的关系也是一种他们的成长，他们对自己的人生和生活的认知也是一种成长，他们对农作物的庄稼熟悉程度也是一种成长。在这过程中，他们去考了驾驶证，他们去年收水稻用了6天的时间，他们今年用了5个多小时。但其实观众都能看到这个成长，这也是可能观众也喜欢这个节目的一个原因吧。原来做一件事情真的是有结果的，对应了之前我们最开始节目创立之初的时候，很多事年轻人是无力的，他有种无力感，他有一种被推来推去的感觉，你做不了主。但是这个里面呢，他能看到这个10个少年，他能够做主，无论是个场地也好，还是这个生活和生产，他都能做主。
我想种的是一个，它是可食用的玫瑰。
衍生品是有一个草莓酱，芽苗菜的无土栽培，仁爱杨梅承包计划书。
我们虽然生产力没办法去感觉说为中国农业做贡献，但我们这个起到一个摇旗呐喊的作用都可以呀。新农人在未来中国农业真的很重要，田里的老人越来越多了，对你势必肯定是要变成一个大家用集约化去种植。那这些年轻人他们凑在一起，用科技的力量对中国的农业、中国农田进行一番规划和生产。咱们国家的耕地面积只占世界上耕种面积的9%左右。 对吧？但是我们中国有将近25%的一个人口这样的一个数量，那粮食问题是很重要的一个问题。那老人这一代，他们通过镰刀，通过一些打谷机在做生产的话，那我们这个年轻人的一代的话，他一定是通过一些科技手段呀，无论是现在的智慧农业，还是未来加入 AI 的东西，卫星遥感的技术包括定位，可能这是年轻人要做的一个事情。
What technologies have you applied here?
Drip irrigation system, as you can see, it's throughout the entire field to save water effectively. That's the detection instruments that will provide timely data like soil moisture and soil temperature and other data. And all these facilities are connected to the internet, so we can just use them from our phone. Well, this is the water and fertilizer machine, and it provides the water and fertilizer through these pipes. At the same time, it also saves the time and effort.
It frees your labor forces, right?
Yeah.
You can just control it remotely.
Yeah.
As one of today's new farmers, what factors do you reckon driving the growing number of young people coming back to villages and opting to work in the field?
Well, first, I think the Chinese modern agriculture is developing faster. With the hard work, it could be the profitable, not just low-income industries. And second, the working hour is flexible. It can be decided by individuals. And also, the internet is convenient. And there's also many opportunities for young people to sell their crops or the products. So I believe that it's a future trend that more new farmers will return to their countryside.
You've interacted with many other new farmers. What role do you see young people can play in rural revitalization and in the shaping of China's future agriculture?
Young people will play a leading role in the future of the China agriculture because the traditional industries need the young blood for the new vitality. The responsibility today lies with no others but us, the young. It's a big responsibility, and we still got a long way to go.
Speaking of responsibility, on this year's National Tree Planting Day, you went to Gansu province and you planted 180,000 trees within a week in a desert there. What were the motivations behind?
We gained some attention through this program, and we just want to raise the awareness of the situation in the desert of Gansu. And we also want to inspire more young people to get involved to more social welfare activities through our own experience.
I see you are also doing live streamings to help farmers, right?
We want to help more farmers to raise their sales or the income. We will do more of these activities.
土地给予了我们很多，我们心怀感激。那其实这个事情呢，是我们包括少年都很认的一件事儿。我觉得我们做的其实并没有那么多，然后但是土地赋予了我们比我们当初想象中更多的东西。观众在看的时候，因为你能看到，今天这个下雨了，种子没种成，下个礼拜呢，种子它冒芽了，再过一段时间呢，麦田变得绿油油了，能看到这样一个结果。那这个结果其实并不是我们创造的，而是说土地给我们的。就是你只要干了以后，它就会到那个时间，它就会变成绿油油的，后来它会变成金灿灿的一个丰收。那我们只不过是在这个当中没有让自己太飘太浮的把这事干完。
As a group, you made your debut on this year's CMG Spring Festival Gala. What was it like to be on a national stage?
That performance was like a dream. Yeah, we were beyond excited or surprised to be invited to that stage. I can explain it through our slogan of the program is Believe in the Land. Maybe it sounds a little bit abstract, but I have to say that it's the power of the land bring us to that stage.
And you will continue believing in the land, right?
Yeah, sure.
开工了，好，有种热血的感觉，为什么？
That's it for this edition of the Hub on CGTN. Thank you so much for tuning in. Our news coverage continues on CGTN. Bye and take care.